You know that feeling when you're staring at an empty evening slot on your calendar and you can literally see the money evaporating? One tech I worked with lost a prime Friday night spot, 2 full gel sets plus art, and that one no-show ended up costing her what she usually made in almost 2 weeks of tips and add-ons, all because the client booked, ghosted, and there was nothing in place to protect her chair or her calm. Here's the thing. You do not need a complicated, scary policy to fix this. A simple, tiny, super clear booking deposit can cut your no-shows in half and make serious clients lean in without turning your booking page into a legal contract. Today, we're building your no-sweat deposit. Small, fair, and fast to set up. Welcome back to Forever Sound Waves, Beauty, Business, Beyond. I'm the Nailpreneur Artist, your business innovator and nail-obsessed tech meets touch nerd. If no-shows, last-minute cancels, and flaky bookings have been messing with your income and your mood, this episode is for you. We're going to cover 3 things. First, 3 simple deposit models and which one fits your setup. Second, the exact guest-friendly wording you can drop into your booking page and confirmations. And third, the operations. Refunds, exceptions, and what to say when someone pushes back, so you stay calm and in control. Let's dive in with the models. I want you to picture deposits like different shapes of the same shield. Same purpose, protect your chair, just different fits for different businesses. Model number 1 is what I call the credit deposit. This is the most client-friendly. The guest pays a small amount up front to reserve their spot, but it's not a fee. It's a credit that comes off their service when they show up. So if your gel mani is $60 and your deposit is $15, they only pay the remaining $45 at checkout. This works beautifully for solo techs and small studios, where your average ticket sits somewhere between, say, $40 and $90. It feels fair. It rewards people who actually come, and it instantly filters out the folks who are never serious about the appointment in the first place. Quick rule of thumb you can steal. Set your credit deposit at about 20 to 30% of your average ticket. So if your average visit is $70, your deposit lands around 15 to 20. Small enough that it doesn't scare people off, big enough that they think twice before ghosting. Model 2 is the refundable guard. Think of this like a tiny security guard for your calendar. The guest pays a deposit that you promise to refund if they cancel within your window, maybe 24 or 48 hours, or if they reschedule properly. This is great if you have higher price services like structured gel, spa petties, or combo services where your average ticket is over $100. Or if you're in a spa environment where management is a little nervous about deposits, you can say, hey, this isn't extra revenue, it's just a temporary hold to protect the slot. Same math rule here, 20 to 30% of your average ticket. And yes, in this model, you may actually push refunds back to the card if they cancel properly. That's okay. We're not trying to earn money on deposits. We're protecting your time. Model 3 is the credit with minimum. This one's a bit more advanced, and it shines in busy multi-chair spas. The guest pays a deposit that becomes credit when they show, just like Model 1. But there's also a minimum spend or service requirement attached to that slot. For example, you might say, this evening slot requires a minimum service of $60, and your $20 deposit will be applied to that. It protects your prime hours from being booked for a quick $20 service that blocks someone who wanted a full set. If your brain is spinning a little, breathe. You don't need all 3. Here's my simple selection rule. If you're a solo tech or a tiny studio, start with the basic credit deposit. If you run bigger tickets or work in a spa that's cautious, try the refundable guard. And if you're in a high-demand, multi-chair space with constant overbooking, layer in the credit with minimum for peak hours only.
As someone who books a lot of beauty appointments, I love this credit idea. My favorite experience is when I see that little line that says, your deposit will be applied to your total at checkout. That felt wonderful because it doesn't feel like a penalty. It feels like a promise, like we're both saying, yep, I'm actually coming.
I love this so much because that's exactly the vibe we want. Mutual promise, not punishment. Tech meets touch right there. All right, now let's talk about the magic glue that makes any deposit system feel good instead of cold. Your messaging and your client psychology. This is where most policies fail. Not in what you charge, but in how you explain it. On your booking page, swap out defensive language like, due to repeated no-shows, we now require deposits, and instead lean into value and fairness. Try something like this. To keep your spot reserved just for you and reduce no-shows, a small deposit is required when booking. This amount is applied to your service total at checkout when you arrive. If you need to reschedule within 24 hours, your deposit moves with you. If you cancel late or don't show, the deposit helps cover the time and materials reserved for your appointment. Hear the difference? You're not scolding. You're explaining the win for them, keeps your spot reserved just for you, and the why for you, time and materials reserved. That framing alone can calm 80% of potential friction. Next, your confirmation message. This is that little text or email right after they book. You can say, "You're booked," a reminder that a small deposit was collected today to reserve your time. This deposit will be applied to your service total when you arrive. Need to make a change? You can reschedule up to 24 hours before your appointment, and your deposit will follow your new time. Notice again we're leaning on words like reserved your time and will be applied. It feels like part of a smooth system, not a punishment menu.
Real talk. As a client, when I see that clarity up front, I relax. The confusion is what makes people irritated, not the deposit itself. If I know exactly how it works and when I'd lose it, I'm good. The worst is mysterious tiny print that shows up only when my card gets charged.
Exactly. No mystery fees. Nail it every time with clarity over surprise. Now, what about questions and pushback? Let me give you 2 quick canned replies you or your front desk can use over and over. First common question, why do you charge a deposit? You can say, calmly, great question. The deposit simply reserves that time just for you. It helps reduce last-minute no-shows so we can keep our schedule running on time and give each guest the attention they deserve. As long as you arrive or reschedule within our 24-hour window, it goes straight toward your service. Second, what if something urgent happens? Try, we totally understand life happens. For true emergencies, we handle things on a case-by-case basis. Just reach out as soon as you can, and we'll do our best to take care of you while still respecting our team's time. Those 2 lines alone keep you out of long, emotional debates. You're kind, you're clear, and you're not apologizing for having boundaries. All right, let's move into the operations, the unsexy part that actually makes this work. Tech meets touch is great, but tech has to be set up right. Step 1, set up your deposit inside your booking tool. Most modern systems, whether it's online schedulers or spa software, let you choose either a fixed deposit amount or a percentage. If you can, use a percentage tied to service price, so your short nail art slot doesn't have the same deposit as a 3-hour transformation. If your tool is more basic and doesn't support partial deposits, use credit card on file with a manual note. For example, you can capture the card, then add a note that says, up to $20 may be charged in case of late cancel or no-show. Not perfect, but it's a low-tech fallback that still protects you. Step 2, define your refund window. Choose something you can actually honor. For many nail pros, 24 hours is the sweet spot. You might say, cancel or reschedule at least 24 hours before, and your deposit moves with you. Within 24 hours, or for no-shows, the deposit is kept to cover the time reserved. Step 3. Create your exception rules now, before you're emotional and staring at an empty chair. Decide, will you waive the deposit once per year for a top VIP? Will you make a one-time exception for first-time clients who had an emergency? Write that down. Here's a simple internal rule you can steal. Each stylist can approve 1 waived deposit per month for emergencies and 1 per quarter as a welcome grace for brand new guests. That keeps you human, but not a pushover. Step 4, dispute and chargeback script. Hopefully you barely need this, but if someone emails or messages saying, I didn't know about the deposit, respond with this calm, copy and paste line. We're sorry for any frustration. Our deposit policy is listed on our booking page and repeated in your confirmation message when the appointment is made. The deposit helps us reserve that time and prepare just for you. Because the appointment was missed outside our 24-hour window, the deposit was kept according to that policy. If they still push, you can add, as a one-time courtesy, we're happy to apply your deposit as a credit toward a future visit, if booked within 30 days. Use this sparingly, but it can turn a potential one-star review into a second chance.
From the client side, that kind of message feels so different than "it's our policy, nothing we can do." You're still firm, but it sounds like an actual human who cares, not a wall.
Exactly. Policy with personality. That's how you protect your income and your reputation at the same time. All right, let's land this with a 1-week no-sweat deposit experiment you can start literally today. For the next 7 days, pick just one of your services, ideally a popular one, like Gel Mani or a basic fill, and add a small credit deposit of 20 to 30% of that service price. Don't change your whole menu, just that one. Update 3 places only: the booking page description for that service, the confirmation message, and your reminder text. Use the scripts from this episode, tweak the numbers, and paste them in. Then watch 3 KPIs for the week. 1, your no-show rate on that service. 2, how many people actually complete the booking after seeing the deposit, your conversion on deposit bookings. And 3, any chargebacks or serious complaints related to the deposit. Most of you will see fewer no-shows, almost no serious drama, and you'll realize this was not that deep. To make this extra easy, let me give you a final, ready-to-paste confirmation script you can use for that test service. Imagine this goes out right after someone books.
You're all set for your appointment. A small deposit was collected today to reserve this time just for you. This deposit will be applied to your total at checkout when you arrive. Need to change your appointment? You can reschedule up to 24 hours before your visit, and your deposit will move with you. Late cancellations and no-shows help cover the time and materials prepared especially for your service.
Copy it, customize it, and you've got your no-sweat deposit system started. Protect your chair, protect your calm, and let your real committed clients rise to the top. If this was helpful and you want more daily practical plays to keep your nail business booked and thriving, make sure you hit subscribe right now so you don't miss the next episode. Let's dive in and make your business shine. Stay curious, stay creative, and until next time, keep your nails and your business thriving.